Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Cancerians, happy Tuesday. So, I put out the Cancerian videos on Saturdays and on Tuesdays. All right. So, guys, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up, subscribing, giving it comments, and all that stuff helps the channel to grow. So, thank you so much. So, because I wanted to kind of be inspired for this storyline to talk about timing. And with that in mind, we just started out with the Two of Wands in the reverse. Somebody is not all about wasting time. Had this been upright, this can be a card of procrastination. This can be a card of, I don't know what to do. I'm at a fork in the road. We have a character that's not, either permitting themselves to have a bunch of confusion. I feel like this is a character who's maybe just much more attuned to, their innermost self. What do they really want? What do they really think? What do they really crave? What are they going toward? We have a Three of Pentacles. We have a Seven of Swords. Okay, so hold on, because we see them not wasting time. We see them only wanting to develop something. This could be a storyline about career path. A character who knows that they would like to do something, but then there's this element of, I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to hold back. I want to do this, but somebody keeps telling me a big fat lie that makes me think I definitely should do this just to prove them wrong. We've got somebody is lying, somebody is giving them false information, but I feel like it's very intentional. So, okay, let's put it this way. Sometimes when we tell somebody, I've always wanted to do such and such, and a person will immediately talk about all the negatives about whatever that thing is. Or heck, I mean, this could be somebody really unsupportive who snorts and goes, you think you're going to do that? That's not suited to your personality at all. But the thing is, they know darn well it is. Exactly what's coming out of their mouth is the exact opposite of the truth of it. What's wonderful is I think Cancerian knows this. We've got a Queen of Pentacles upright, and we have the Chariot. Oh, hell yeah. Cancerian, I do think that this is more about career, which is great because somebody had requested more career oriented or just things, other life oriented concepts. And we don't see romance here. We don't see love at all. We see work, we see money, honey, and we see Cancerian in the center of it all, getting that money. But it's interesting how, thankfully, this is all backfired. Somebody lied to Cancerian intentionally to make it sound like, oh, that would be too hard. I wouldn't do that if I was you, blah, blah, blah. And Cancerian was like, really? Hold my beer. Watch me. That's what I feel like. Like this Cancerian did not listen to this naysayer. But tell me about the naysayer. I'm trying to figure out why they would have done that. On one hand, it doesn't matter because our Cancerian is going to forge ahead, and they are now more determined than ever to be successful. They're more determined now than ever to do what they want. Four of Cups is in the reverse. So this naysayer, the Seven of Swords person who told a whopper of a lie to Cancerian, I think it was possibly just because if they wanted to make sure Cancerian's not going to do it, because if they did, wow, then I'd regret that I didn't do it too. This feels competitive to me. This feels like somebody who said, I don't have to regret some things that I didn't do in my life as long as I don't see Cancerian doing those things. This is their fears, they're projecting, this is their own inhibition, and they don't want Cancerian to excel because it's going to make them have to look, real hard in the mirror and say, did I have the same courage? Did I push myself? Did I do the brave thing that Cancerian is doing? No, I didn't. And they don't want to have to do that. So they'd rather Cancerian does not stand there as a continual reminder. Look at this. Again, Cancerian keeps coming up as a Queen of Pentacles. Forgive me for having to put such a downer spin on this, but this could even be like a mother figure who doesn't want their daughter to outshine them. Because if you do better than I did, then that was my claim to fame, is I was the big mama. I was the one who, taught you. You were my mini me. But now if you rise above me or do equal to me or better, then who am I? It feels kind of like their own identity is going to be upstaged. Maybe this is a friend. Maybe this is somebody who was always like, oh, we're like twins. Because we got two Queen of Pentacles out, and that's Cancerian, but now that's the person as well. It could just be talking about, you know, if you Cancerian go on and get, some other certification, you're going to be basically equal to me. And it feels like if it's a workplace thing, this could be a person who had like just a little higher pay grade or a little bit more status, and they don't want Cancerian to actually reach that same exact level. They don't want Cancerian to be quite equal to them. The only reason that I can think of that somebody would act that way is because they fear that Cancerian will outshine them. That's it. It's always, to me, especially if somebody's going to try to tell a lie to persuade Cancerian not to go that direction. Oh no, you wouldn't be suited to that. Oh, this isn't a good fit for you, blah, blah, blah. Death card, they're actually worried that they could lose their job because Cancerian will outshine them and Cancerian will move right up and bounce them out. It's like we can't have two people with the same skill set working in the same place or in the same department because one of us will wind up getting fired. So right now they're kind of like looking out for number one. Are they feeling that competitive toward Cancerian? Or is it just that they're feeling kind of desperate to hold on to what they worked really hard to achieve? Because let's play devil's advocate. Let's look at them from their position, right? Although I think it's super petty that they're trying to tell a lie and try to convince Cancerian not to do something to better themselves, to aim higher, to get what they're fully capable of excelling at. But we can see that there's a reason that they're doing this. They're something about their life they think is going to change, and they're scared of that. Or they don't want to have a regret that they didn't push themselves harder. Maybe Cancerian's going to be somebody who like outshines them. Maybe they've been kind of slacking, but claiming a big job title that they didn't deserve. Hanged Man. Shh, Aries, it's okay, baby. You did good. You did good, honey. Come on. Come rest. Good boy. My baby's always on patrol. Hanged Man, Piscean energy, and we had Scorpio, a lot of water energy throughout this, and then this smattering of, earth energy and financial aspect. This is a character who's all about their, it's like they don't want things to change yet. Maybe this is somebody who's like, I didn't want to retire for another couple of years, but if Cancerian goes and gets this, certification, this degree, I'm going to get pushed right on out because they're going to be better than me at this. I wasn't ready to hand over the mantle yet. They keep looking at this like, I already know Cancerian's going to rise to the top, and I'm going to be the one that seems like I'm slipping behind, or I'm going to be forced to have to, pick up and I got to brush up and get better at what I do so I can stay on top because Cancerian's coming for me. What was their relationship to Cancerian? Two of Pentacles. This person in this storyline, I don't think they were quite a friend anyway. They were always on the fence. Sometimes they were nice, sometimes they were rude, sometimes they were kind, sometimes they weren't. The Hermit in the reverse, they were just maybe starting to see Cancerian as somebody that they would open up to, but I feel like they were very hard to peg. I think it's because of the jealousy factor. High Priestess and the Sun. It's funny because what they are good at is they recognize who's actually really kind. They know Cancerian's a good person. They know Cancerian is somebody sweet. They know Cancerian is somebody that they already know they have the best interest. They're clear-minded. They've got a vision. They want to excel and succeed. And on one hand, they like Cancerian for all of that. And on the other hand, I think Cancerian is such a challenge for them. It's such a huge competition, but it's hard. They can't dislike Cancerian because Cancerian's great. I'm glad that Cancerian is not going to let this hold them back. What is Cancerian thinking about when they have this person tell some whopper of a lie? They don't believe it for an instant. In fact, that's why we see them being so encouraged to go ahead and say, yeah, I definitely know I can do this because that person told me I shouldn't. Cancerian is able to use that connection to their higher self. I feel like they're going to be able to smell it, um, like as clearly as this lie that somebody says to them, oh, you shouldn't do that, Cancerian. It wouldn't be a good fit for you. Don't go for that. Don't try to excel. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I don't think they're really hiring for that position. Whatever the lie is that they tell, Cancerian's higher self is like shrieking in their head saying, no, we know not only do they believe that if we go after this, we're going to be good at it and we're going to get this, but we also know that they don't want us to do this. The higher self is pretty much like it's as if it's in a book, like black and white ink. And I think that Cancerian has a lot of compassion for this person because I think they know with that truth, they go, I know this person's not telling me the truth. That is the truth. The truth is you're lying to me right now because you've got skin in the game. You've got something to lose. But it's weird because the two keys are here and it's like Cancerian's like, I'm definitely going to go after what I want, but hopefully they won't see me as a threat. Hopefully they'll see me like we could help each other. We see these two keys here. That's very kind, that's very altruistic, but I don't know if somebody who's out for themselves, somebody who already has like sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're not. They know Cancerian's a good person, but then they would do something to try to stop Cancerian from excelling. I don't know, that hints at kind of a meanness to me. Like something this person really has some shadow work to go do. Their jealousy, they're not really wanting others to excel, or at least, fairly giving everyone the same equal, chance in life. They want it all for themselves. That doesn't look so good. The thing is, this this Cancerian is an amazing character because what they're saying is, yeah, and they're going to be the ones who have the greater distress. I don't have to worry about that. That's their thing. It would suck to be up all night stressing about whether or not I'm going to somehow outshine them. It would suck to be a person that doesn't have enough, you know, love and happiness in their heart to just move toward things in life and trust that if this is the right path for me and I enjoy it, then of course I'll blossom and everything will still be available to me. It would suck so stressed out and lose sleep at night. I think this Cancerian is just saying, I don't want to add grief to this person's life. They're already pretty distressed, but I can't let someone else's need for domination prevent me from achieving my highest goals. But I love the fact that this Cancerian is not like, ha ha, I'm going to outshine you because I know you're stressed out about me doing it. Not at all. I don't feel like this Cancerian takes zero pleasure in causing people distress, but they also are not going to, you know, basically handcuff themselves to the radiator so they can't grow just so that someone else who has fears doesn't have to work on their own fears. That's the way I would say this. By the way, we did have Virgo, we had Taurus, we had Virgo, Pisces, Cancer again, and then we had Leo here that I didn't mention. So what happens ultimately? What does Cancerian end up doing? Two of Wands. Now, this time it's upright. They've set their sights on something. They know what they're going to do. We already saw that at the very beginning. We see this again. And again, it's not a card that's actually showing us what Two of Wands typically would be, which is a choice between, road A or road B. Instead, it's all about, I'm going forward to this goal. If this storyline has anything to do with timing, it has to do with somebody has set their sights on what they want and they are going after the things that they want. Even if it's a long-term goal, long range, they're going after it. King of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. The outcome here for Cancerian is, I know this sounds crazy, but I think they're going to marry the boss. I think, unfortunately, to me, it looks like Cancerian is setting their sights wholeheartedly on what they want. They want to be the best that they can be. They wanted to step up and become that Queen of Pentacles. They want to be super successful. The more they get super successful, see what I didn't pick up on until just now is that there could have been a fear of a love triangle. So if this character, who by the way showed up as a Queen of Pentacles as well, if she, see, I didn't know that part of the reason she was thinking, I don't want Cancerian to like step into my world too much, because if she's around and there's two of us for comparison's sake, I've got designs on some King of Pentacles, some boss figure or work colleague, and if Cancerian is around more often, they're going to suddenly have a choice between me and Cancerian, and I don't think I'm going to be the one that they pick. I kind of feel like we have a perfectly matched pair is the reason I'm going down that road. And I didn't see that coming. I didn't understand what their lie was about. That makes a lot more sense to me now. That's kind of like a bit of an extra plot twist. I don't think Cancerian thought about this either. You know, this person, even here we don't see their face. They're hidden. That Seven of Swords. They didn't want Cancerian around for a whole different reason. I thought it was all about money and resources. It wasn't. It was a whole different layer of competition. It was, but I want a King of Pentacles to see me as a Queen of Pentacles. But if there's two of us, I just know they're going to pick Cancerian, not me. The outcome for Cancer is that they set their sights on whatever their goals are. And the byproduct of that is they may really, truly end up with a King of Pentacles. They may end up getting married to a particular person. They may have a really wonderful relationship. And that may be the breaking point for even the superficial attempt that this person used to make to say, oh yeah, I kind of want to be friends with Cancerian. I know they're a good person, but damn, I'm so jealous of them. That seems to be the breaking point. And you know, it kind of feels to me like that silence, you know, that separation is probably pretty necessary, because I don't really see how, if this was one of their major reasons, like I don't want Cancerian to be the one somebody identifies and gets interested in. You know, this is pretty sad though, because they are dealing with a heartbreak. You know, this is a character who didn't want to lose something. The thing is, if it's that easy to lose, was it the right person or the right path for them anyway? If they wanted so badly to cling to a King of Pentacles, but that King of Pentacles was looking for their match, she kept saying, well, I'm your match. I'm a Queen of Pentacles. It's not who they're going to be drawn to. They're going to be drawn to Cancerian. Cancerian, you know, just because two people have a lot in common doesn't mean that they really are that similar, right? Their behavior is vastly different. And I kind of think if she's going to be brokenhearted that she's losing a King of Pentacles to Cancerian, if that's not, if this person didn't want to choose her, they wanted Cancerian, she's going to have to accept that in the real world anyway, even if it sucks, because they weren't the right person, because they weren't authentically choosing her. She'll come to that realization over time. Seven of Pentacles, and then we have this Ace of Cups sideways. She does need to learn how to love herself more, and that's going to be her journey. That's that other Queen of Pentacles journey, to learn how not to, you know, try to cling to something and say, no, that's got to be mine. I'm in competition all the time with Cancerian. It's funny, this definitely became, this is not mother-daughter. This is, it feels like competing work colleagues, frenemies kind of vibe. Final message here. 10 of Cups, you know, I feel like Cancerian, because they follow their inner path and they go, I'm not here to make anybody grieve, but I'm also not here to not pursue the life I'm supposed to have as well. I'm not saying I'm going to steamroll you, get out of my way, but I am saying I'm going to do what I need to for my growth and not step aside and let somebody else cling to what they think they deserve and what they want. I have equal right to excel in my life, and however it goes, that's how it goes. Everybody can end up in a 10 of Cups once they relinquish the things that aren't supposed to be theirs, and once they embrace the path that is theirs. So kind of a tough message for her, but I think it was actually a really good lesson, or a good message overall. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for giving me a thumbs up.